All right, let's break down the GAZ-MM 72K. History. This vehicle comes from the Soviet Union, and it was developed as a simple mobile solution for anti-air support during and after World War II. The idea was pretty straightforward. Take a light truck chassis, mount a 25mm autocannon on the back, and you suddenly have a mobile platform that can be moved wherever it's needed. It wasn't meant to be fancy or heavily protected. It was meant to be practical, fast to deploy, easy to move, and good enough to deal with low-flying aircraft in a time where air threats were constant, especially on the Eastern Front. What it is/setup. In War Thunder, this sits at battle rating 2.3 as a low-tier anti-air vehicle. It's built on a simple GAZ-MM truck chassis with a 25mm 72K autocannon mounted on the rear platform. The crew consists of 4 men. 2 sit in the front cab, the driver and the commander. The other 2, the gunner and the loader, are positioned on the open rear bed right next to the gun. So right away, you're dealing with a vehicle where half the crew is completely exposed and the rest are sitting in a lightly protected truck cab. Gun the main weapon here is a 25mm 72K autocannon. It has a very high rate of fire for its tier, and it's originally designed to deal with low-flying aircraft. It fires both HE and AP rounds, and that AP belt is where things get interesting, especially at this BR. At close range, you can penetrate a surprising amount of light and even some medium vehicles from the side. And because of the fire rate, you don't really need precision hits. You just keep firing, and the damage stacks up fast. It can knock out tracks, break barrels, set engines on fire, and wipe crews before most enemies even have time to react. Armor. And then we get to the armor, or basically the lack of it. The cab has very light protection, but it's nothing that will save you from serious firepower. The rear platform is completely open, meaning the gun crew is fully exposed at all times. Machine guns, artillery, splinters, even light autocannons. All of it can take you out easily. And at BR 2.3, almost everything you meet is capable of deleting you instantly if you're spotted. Mobility. Mobility is decent for a light truck chassis. You're not fast in a race car sense, but you're quick enough to reposition and rotate between different parts of the map. The vehicle does have a 360-degree rotating turret, so turning isn't really a limitation. However, the main restriction comes from gun handling. Because of the cab, your gun depression can be awkward at times. If something is directly in front of you, or slightly lower, you often need to adjust the entire truck to get a clean firing angle. Playstyle. This vehicle works best as a support ambush platform. You don't want to be on the front line. You don't want fair fights. And you definitely don't want to be the first thing enemies see. The best way to play it is to use cover, stay hidden, and wait for enemies to expose their sides. At this BR, a lot of vehicles have weak side armor, and that's exactly what you punish. Once you open fire, the high rate of fire lets you strip tracks, disable guns, and eliminate crews very quickly. The strength of this vehicle is surprise and burst damage. The weakness is obvious. If you get spotted first, you usually die instantly. Conclusion/rating, the GAZ-MM 72K is one of those vehicles that perfectly represents low-tier chaos in War Thunder. It sits at BR 2.3. It has almost no survivability, but in the right situations, it can absolutely melt enemies faster than they expect. It's inconsistent, fragile, and extremely punishing if you make mistakes, but also incredibly fun when it works. Overall, I'd give it a solid 9 out of 10 for pure chaos and effectiveness at its BR. Let me know what you think it should be rated and what vehicle I should review next.